Howdy toddy everybody, this is Tommy with Colonel Rep Scale Models coming at you with my final reveal for this month's 2025 Hasegawa Egg Plane Group Build, hosted by myself and Daniel over at Munchkin Modeling Man 72. I want to say thank you to all those that have joined in. We had, I believe, over a dozen at my last count. I'm going to put up a separate builders list, kind of like a final builders list, probably tomorrow or the next day. Just got finished with mine, so I'll get this video done and then splice together the other video of it and then get it posted. But again, thanks to everybody for joining in. My build wasn't the, I guess it wasn't the easiest, it wasn't the hardest, but it wasn't the easiest. Decals were a little challenging, like usually they are with these kits, just because of the shape, and this one had a lot of contoured edges and curves and stuff, so takes a lot to get them to sit down, and not all of them did in the end, so I'm just going to kind of go with it. But again, thanks to everybody for joining. I know Daniel had mentioned on his recent video that we would do this again next year, and definitely I'm down for that. I love doing these egg planes. I just got another one online the other day because I want to do a different version of that Japanese zebra. I'm going to do the ghost white looking gray color one. So again, thanks to everybody. We'll have it next year one way or the other, even if it's just on YouTube or if it's still with Facebook and other platforms, we'll see. But at worst, it will definitely be here on the tube here. So again, thanks everybody, and I'll switch over to the final reveal. Okay. All right, here she is. This is the F-86 Sabre fighter jet in Taiwan Defense Force livery, or Air Force livery. As you can see, like I mentioned, the decals, still some work to do if I can to try to continue to get them to sit down. This is all one piece. These are all one piece, including that tip. So you got to try to line them everything up. This one was, I did it first. It was what I thought would be the hardest one. It's actually starting to sit down pretty well. It did split, of course, right as I put it on. But it connects all the way under, and it actually seems to be sitting down pretty well. I don't know if you can see it, but it's going right over some of that, over that detail. So again, this is all one piece, one piece, one piece. Underneath is one piece, and then each of these is one solid piece, including all that. Usually I would cut all around, but you see there's so many little ones, and it's just, that'd be impossible. So all this is just one big piece. And of course, trying to get it to contour to the shape of the egg, it's almost impossible. So we'll continue to put the micro saw on it to see if it'll conform down, but you can see maybe some of those ridges are still, it's just going to be hard. And it is what it is. I haven't put the bombs on. I forgot to put them on, actually. I had them ready. I did have to hand paint this. Another, I guess they could have done a decal, but who knows? I mean, they did really, I mean, this actually is not bad for the shape. I mean, it actually went pretty well. You can see a little bit raised up there, but it's starting to sit. I'm hoping with some continue to work on it, that it'll sit down further. But the canopy is just, since I haven't finished with the decals, really, I've just got it sitting on there. So just so it'll stay, and I gotta, do some little, shading and stuff on and weathering on the guns there, just to bring out some of that, like they were been firing. But overall it went well. It was painted with, I painted it first with shortcuts, but it was too metallic-y like. It had some flake in it. So I actually went over, and I wasn't happy with how the paint didn't cover up some of the sand and marks from underneath the egg, although I did get the seams out pretty darn well. Probably the best job I've done on one of these eggs as far as the seams, without any filler. And then I went back over that. I said, you know what, I'm not happy with that, because when I started masking and stuff, it started pulling off the tape. The tape started pulling off some of the paint and some of that flake. So I sprayed it with Tamiya, the fine surface primer, and it cleared up all those seams. I mean, it was beautiful. And then I came back with a can of, I believe it is aluminum, TS30 Silverleaf, right? TS30 Silverleaf. and you can see it lay down so smooth. These Tamiya paints they're just phenomenal. These little rattle cans. And then, like I said, I just put these decals directly over that because it's so smooth. So I might go back and do a little bit of touching up around that exhaust. That's, to me, I think, dark iron, if I'm not mistaken. And then I mask the canopy off, which wasn't the easiest because it doesn't have a lot of ridges to follow. But I was disappointed it didn't come with a pilot. So even though he's in flight mode, he's a ghost pilot, I guess. So it is what it is. But again, that's my entry, and like I said, we will definitely be doing the group build next year. Hopefully, if nothing else, we'll be doing it on YouTube at the least, because I'll support that. I don't really support trying to do stuff on the other social media pages and stuff. I just don't have time for that, so barely have time for this, as you can see. So again, that's it. That is the Hasegawa F-86 Sabre that is in the Taiwan Air Force livery. There it is, right there. F-86 Sabre Taiwan. And whoever the girl is. So it's pretty cool looking. Like I said, I had pictures on my last video showing the actual plane that they modeled it after. So I'm pretty pleased with it. The base, I was wanting to get a decal for the roundel, this roundel to put there, and I might still do that. And then I just put white and red, which is the rest of their flag. Most of the flag is red, with the canton being the blue square with that sun style insignia. And then I put the decal that comes with the decal sheet. I put the title here, and it's actually cool because it's actually in, I guess, Japanese and maybe Taiwanese as well. I don't know. I can't read that. So anyway, again, there she is, almost finished, I guess, but enough to get this video up today. It's the last day, so I want to get it done. And like I said, I'll do a builder's list probably tomorrow or maybe Friday. I got a busy weekend getting the kids moved from their campuses back to home because they're finished with school in college, so I'm hoping to get that out. Shouldn't take me long. I'll try to get that tomorrow night, actually. So anyway, as always, hotty toddy and God bless.